So this is her office, basically right next to mine, and it's I mean, it's not necessarily bad. It's just I have my office and it's not as inspiring to sit in here, and she works very, very hard. As early as 4 o'clock in the morning, she's already in front of her screen. And as you can see, it's basically just piles and piles of like random stuff here. I feel bad. So I've arranged to redo her office. And she knows I'm doing this, but she doesn't know what it's gonna look like. I've asked for the help of my sister to help redecorate this space and just make it more of an ideal place for my wife to actually sit in and be productive. My wife and I have been married for almost 10 years now. She's much more adventurous than I am and will even argue that she is also more athletic. Well, she's not wrong. You see, when she dedicates herself to something, she will see it through, always trying to reach the next goal and always on the lookout for the next adventure. That's my wife. But after a few years, we decided to have kids, and obviously her focus slowly shifted to other things that are more meaningful to her, things that will bring a smile to our children's little faces. You see, she's always been a hard worker, almost fanatical. Of course, I'm exaggerating a bit, but that gives you a glimpse of how unbelievably focused she can be with any task. Unfortunately, dedicated as she may be to her work and her family, she's thrown away any sense of organization and inspiration when it comes to her office. So I wanted to do something special for her, something that she totally deserves but would never do for herself. And the first order of business was to clean up. Although she had the entire room to herself, the space wasn't necessarily big, so we measured everything to make sure that whatever large objects that we would bring in, it wouldn't make the room feel a lot smaller. After some brainstorming and sketching out a mood board, we went to go shopping. I wanted to go with something that felt classic and modern at the same time. Something that speaks to my wife's fine taste in, well, just about everything. This part was crucial, so we really took our time choosing the different accessories that we thought would look good in the space. But the most important aspect of the space would be the desk itself. And that's why I will be forever grateful for my friends over at Ergonofis for sponsoring me this beautiful desk. But more on that later. Building began almost immediately, but work on it was sporadic as I had to juggle between daily life and my other projects. Also, I had to make sure that my wife didn't, air quotes, accidentally walk in her office at any given moment. The color scheme was going to be mostly pastel with gold highlights, and the different shapes of the items had to bring a modern feel without being too overwhelming. That meant clean and simple lines with a lot of soft accessories to balance things out. I wanted an office space that brought out a feeling of warmth and familiarity. And every time we placed an object, we would look at it and consider how it made the immediate space feel. Does it make it look busy? Does it come off too strong? Much of this went on and on until I felt that we finally found just the right amount of character and personality. And the last piece of the puzzle was her chair. Now all I have to do is invite her in and hope that she likes it. Now mommy's new office. So I'm quite happy to say that she did like it. She's a little camera shy, so she was very much holding back. But let's go ahead and talk about the space itself, and we begin with the desk. And once again, I just want to say that this video would not be possible without the help of my good friends over at Ergonofis. This is their Alive desk, and it is a 2-inch thick solid wood surface with live edges. If there's one thing you should know about Ergonofis, it's that they have a relentless obsession towards quality. I should know, I have 2 of their other desks. But the Alive desk is truly something else. Beautifully handcrafted in Montreal, the live edges follow the natural curve of the tree, making each desk truly unique. To keep her desk clutter-free, I needed to find a way to mount her 34-inch LG screen, and luckily, Ergonofis once again came to the rescue with this beautiful white monitor arm that matches perfectly with the rest of the room. Sticking with the minimal theme, I chose this medium-sized wool mat desk pad from GroveMade, paired with their new brass notepad. My wife still loves writing notes on an actual paper, and adding a bit of glam to it should make the experience even more enjoyable. Of course, we can't possibly forget about the chair. This one was also sent by Ergonofis, and it's called the U2 chair. It has adjustable lumbar support as well as adjustable arms and back. The breathable mesh material makes sitting in it very comfortable, and the design is modern yet classy. For her listening pleasure, I didn't want to add a speaker on her desk. Instead, I chose to tuck it in the corner of the room using the Bose Home Speaker 300. This little thing can get very loud, and the sound really does fill the room beautifully. You just have to hear it to believe it. Everything else in the room was filled with items that are pleasing to the eye without being too distracting. A place where she can get work done or unwind, and even have a little spot for our kids. These walls are filled with memories for my wife to enjoy, and hopefully remind her of the things that are most important in her life. This was a very enjoyable project that meant a lot to me, and my wife really does like it. As a matter of fact, our kids enjoy it probably even more. I think designing a space really means a lot more than just putting pretty things together. It has to be an expression of whoever is going to be in it. To me, I think having a space you enjoy means making it an extension of who you are. Very special thanks to Audrey and Joe, to the sponsors, and to you for watching this video.